Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday morning. Well, 35 trillion, 300 billion plus is where the national debt sits right now. And guess what? It's only going to keep going up. To no one's surprise, the House and the Senate both passed another kick the can down the road continuing resolution yesterday to spend more money to keep doing exactly what they're doing. We got to add money to Secret Service protection and add money to disaster relief. Those are the two things that were added to the budget. Now, disaster relief with Hurricane Helene about to hit the Gulf Coast. Yeah, okay, I'd say that's probably a good idea for spending money. Now let's see how they do it. Well, you know what? We need to spend $500 million so Joe Biden and Kamala Harris can fly over the top and survey the damage and go, "Hi, little people." Right? We'll see stuff like that. How much assistance will be given to the people? Well, that'll come in loans, no problem. Borrowing money's everything. Then, of course, the added money for Secret Service. Now, Congress passed unanimously the other day a referendum so that presidential candidates can, i.e. Donald Trump, can get the same Secret Service protection that the president gets. 2 assassination attempts in 8 weeks might be a tip-off that would be a good idea. The funny thing is, at the same time of the Congress saying that we're going to give the Secret Service more money, Secret Service came out to Donald Trump yesterday and said, "We don't have the resources for you to do a rally in Wisconsin, so we'd advise not doing one." Really, you just got all that money, resources. Move some. Tim Walz's wife doesn't need Secret Service protection, 50 guys running around or whatever. I mean, yesterday they had 20 people show up for a rally? Okay. You know what? Get the local cops to stand out there. Maybe you can take 2 off a traffic patrol. Nobody cares. They're not worried about Tim Walz. There's not going to be an assassination attempt on him. Nobody cares what he says, right? Donald Trump, on the other hand, I don't know. Right, lately he's been getting 60,000 people showing up at rallies. 2 assassination attempts. That'd be a good idea. But 35 trillion plus, and we pass a continuing resolution. Now I want you to think about this for a second. We've now funded the government through December 20th. It's going to be kind of interesting because on November 5th, we determine we are going to have a different government come January. So this is all kind of screwy. They're going to pass this now so we can boost inflation going into Christmas because, of course, borrowing more money just leads to more inflation. But, maybe all the Christmas spending will help the economy. Yeah, we're going to get some economic numbers this morning and wait to see the massive revisions downward again. In other words, saying, the Department of Labor and the Fed were lying to you again last month, saying how good the economy was, right? No, okay. No, so what it looks like right now, if you read into the polls, is like I said yesterday, we are going to have a complete flip-flop of the government. The White House is going from blue to red, the Senate is going from blue to red, and chances are the House goes from red to blue. So all these sitting Congress critters and the sitting president won't have anything to do with the budget, with how we're going to spend money going forward. So they're all lame ducks. And a lot of them will already have known that they've lost their elections. Well, that takes any sort of decorum, any sort of care for the country off the table for them. at that point, they're like, screw it. I'm out of here. I'm just going to F the country, right? Oh, you want to spend another $1 trillion on trans surgeries for prisoners? Hell, I ain't coming back next month. What do I care? Sure, go ahead. You can have the money. That's what's coming up. Now, you'll have influence by the incoming senators or incoming congressman or incoming president. But do you honestly think that, let's say in Montana, when that one flips, that the Republican winner is going to go to the Democrat loser and say, you need to vote in the best interest of the Senate, the best interest in Montana, the best interest of the country. This is the way I want to go. Do you honestly think John Tester's going to go, oh, yeah, okay, you know what? You're right. Screw you. My last action as a senator, I'm going to screw everybody. This is a train wreck. We should have shut the government down. But again, it shows that Mike Johnson has no backbone. I mean, again, like I said, he promised when they were running to unseat Kevin McCarthy, we're not doing any omnibus bills. We're not sending any more money to Ukraine unless we close the border. We're not doing any more continuing resolutions. Yeah, you're 0 for 3, Mike. Okay? You know, the Jacksonville Jaguars have the same record you do. They're a laughing stock. So are you, Mike. Okay? Apparently there is another Republican running in Mike Johnson's district down in Louisiana. Hopefully he wins. Okay? If not, God forbid, strike me down. Hopefully the Democrat wins. Mike Johnson needs to be kicked out of Congress. There's a lot of people that need to be kicked out of Congress. You had, it was 82 or 84 congressmen vote against this continuing resolution. Those people should be staying in Congress. The other 350-ish should all be voted out. They are not voting in the best interest of the country. You had 18 senators out of 100 that voted against this. The other 82 need to go bye-bye. Okay, now granted, we can't get rid of all the senators this time around, but they don't care about you. This will drive up inflation. There's no benefit whatsoever to the people because, as I said, it's spending as usual plus Secret Service protection for candidates, which is benefiting 2 people, okay, and disaster relief, okay? And I'm still waiting to see how much disaster relief that Florida, Georgia, et cetera, get after this hurricane. I will bet it will be next to nothing. You know, donate to the Red Cross, where 92 cents in your dollar goes to pay for salaries, and the other 8 cents somehow trickles down to give people bottles of water as they're looking at their house as a pile of sticks. Okay. We got bent over yesterday with this. We're going to wind up paying for it again. They should have shut it down. Again, there was no talk whatsoever about reeling in spending. This is just increasing spending. You know, Democrats used to be the tax and spend party. Now they're the borrow and spend party. This is going to come to a head. We need to pay attention to it. You need to protect yourself from it. You know, a split Congress, which there's a good possibility that's what we have starting January, is good for the markets, except the markets aren't trading on fundamentals anymore. The markets are trading on pure speculation. That's like going into the casino and putting it all on red. That's literally how the stock markets work now, right now. People are taking a massive gamble in their 401k, with their retirement and everything. Because when the balloon pops, and it will, you're going to see a massive crash. And then it's going to be like banks in Beirut. You're going to be trying to get your money out, and you can't. We'll see another crash like 1929, crash like 1987. It's coming. Nobody knows what day, but it's close. And how do you know that? Because we're getting to the point where it's unsustainable to pay the debt. The number one line item that costs us the most money right now on the national debt is interest. Not the military, not Social Security, interest. We are paying more money to other countries than we are paying to defend ourselves, to repay our retirees their own money back, okay? To pay for medical care. We need universal health care. How are you going to pay for it? Borrow more money? I mean, this is the stupid stuff that's going on with this from yesterday. And we're all going to suffer. A lot of times here you've heard me say gold and silver, right? That's your protection. Take a look at what's going on in the gold and silver market as to where the dollars are going. I mean, we have significant moves there. Silver's back up in the mid 32s. Okay. It was a year ago we were talking about buying it at 18. You do the math. That's nearly 100% return in probably 12 to 18 months, somewhere thereabouts. Gold's pushing $2,700 an ounce. A year ago, we were talking about $1,900. You start looking at that. That's more than a 50% return. Why? Because the smart money, the countries, the corporations, the banks see the risks in everything else, and they're going to what's called a safe haven. As the governments get more broke, as the states get more broke, I mean, we have multiple states that are bankrupt, guys, okay? It ain't going to take too long till the federal government's in the same place. And we keep kicking the can down the road with politicians that don't care about the country, that all they care about is padding their pockets and staying in power. We're the ones paying for it. Like I talked about yesterday, that FBI agent testifying to Congress, what did he say? Vote, arm yourself, get food, and pray. He sees it. Everybody in government knows it's coming. They know this is unsustainable. Talk to any economist, they know this is unsustainable. But the sheep in this country don't want to do happy days, la la la, I'll stick my head in the sand and nothing will bother me. Until the day it does. Until it all comes crashing down. And the bank calls you up and says, we're calling in your car note. We're calling in your house note. You need to pay the whole thing off now. No, I can't. Then we're taking your car. Then we're taking your house. Okay. We're cleaning out your safe deposit box. We're taking your 401k plan. We're taking your savings account. Don't think that ain't going to happen. Y'all have heard about bail-ins. They've been talked about many times. The government can't get their house in order financially or any other way, okay? But you need to do whatever you can to protect your assets, to get out of debt, so you aren't in the same boat that the U.S. government is, on the verge of filing bankruptcy. Pinball out.